Hey guys, Ron here, and once again I'm going to be creating randomly generated Pokemon. So, I'm just gonna use an online generator to give me a random animal, and then a Pokemon type combination, and I'm gonna have to try my best to make a coherent and semi-realistic Fakemon. You guys get it. Okay, generating an animal. A marsh frog. That's just a frog. Okay, have I made a frog Pokemon? Oh yeah, I just made a frog Pac-Man. If the type is cool, we'll use it. Dragon frog. Dragon frog. Isn't a marsh frog just a normal frog? I mean, obviously it's a specific frog, but like they don't have anything special about them that make them different from the average frog, I'm assuming. Like, we're just gonna make an amphibious dragon, basically. That's not a hard thing to do. We're just gonna take a frog and just elongate it, make it this maybe a salamander-y kind of looking Pokemon. And I do want to try to make a kind of aquatic amphibious dragon. Let's do this. So I'm starting out by making the proportions of a long floating frog, stubby arms, and long frog legs that it only uses in dire situations, fins instead of spikes since it's not a reptile. I want it to have an inflated vocal sac in the throat area that it also gives off the motif of a Dragon Ball, kinda like the orb that Dragonair has, reminiscent of the orbs of Chinese dragons. I will change the proportions of the face multiple times so it looks more like a Pokemon instead of a generic mythical beast, sticking its tongue out so it's not completely wise looking but also a bit cute looking. Pokemon designs are all about a balance of opposite traits, elongating the eyebrows like horned frogs, but also to make it look like a wise old toad. I decided to make the eyebrow flow in the wind instead of giving it a dragon mustache. Now I'm working on the rest of the body before finalizing patterns. I even gave its tail a little tadpole aesthetic to emphasize its amphibianness. That's not a word though. Adding the details and giving it a magical green color scheme, very whimsical looking. Here is Amphibian, the flowing Pokemon, from Amphibian and Ophidian, relating to snakes. Amphibian are incredibly elusive, but can be found soaring through the sky during the mistiest of weather. They love to lounge in rivers and float where the water takes them. Their croaks are able to relax even the most restless souls. They secrete toxins that relax the muscles when consumed. Bodies of waters frequented by Amphibian become notably clean, as the toxins it secretes fatally stun microorganisms while only tranquilizing Pokemon. Those who train this Pokemon are known to live long and easy lives. In the past, humans would violently seek these Pokemon out, but would become complacent once finding them and retire their efforts to capture them. The older a person is, the stronger Amphibian's tranquilizers will be. Amphibian is an elemental master, being able to produce water, earth, fire, air, electricity, and poison. During dire occasions, this Pokemon can redirect itself with its powerful legs. It has the ability Levitate, Hydration, and the hidden ability Water Absorb. Its shiny is almost like inverted, but clearly golden considering how rare it is. I'd assume its encounter rate is like 1% during misty weather. I love the color scheme of this Pokemon, and I love how adorable it turned out. I hope the fact that there isn't really any sort of super clever concept to this Pokemon isn't a turnoff. Sometimes a Pokemon should just be a frog dragon, nothing more. Okay, generating an animal. I want to do an Pokemon. Oh snap! Okay, are interesting, and if we get a cool type, let's generate a type. Dark Rock. I mean, it's a pretty dark animal. That's not a hard thing to do in terms of color and vibe. We can make it a dark type. We can make it this pretty naughty looking Okay, so what's famous about the eyes, other than their eyes, is their weird finger. Look at that. Do we want to make its fingers out of rock? What do they have to do with rocks? What do eyes have to do with rock? Apparently nothing. It's not on their Wikipedia page. Maybe some folk beliefs? An eye is often viewed as a harbinger of evil. Okay, that's a dark type. If one points its narrowest finger at someone, they are marked for death. We can do it. So I want to give this guy a huge head, but also large upper body to make it look imposing. Instead of a creepy I want to make an intimidating one. He'll be posing in a superhero landing pose, but this Pokemon's a villain. It's hungry and mad. Like Eyes, its middle finger is used for hunting. Instead of using it to dig out prey, it uses this finger to chop down trees and dig holes. But what's even more special is that its claws are made of stone. Its tail even has another set of spikes. It'll have a rocky helmet as well. It's basically partially petrified. The rest will simply be about refining the design now that everything's there. I added more crystals around its body and fully attached its helmet. Gave it a bigger head like I promised, and gave it the color scheme of the night, with night vision for days, or nights. Anyways, introducing Dai, the intrusive Pokemon. a dark rock type. These Pokemon use their extended petrified finger to cut entire trees in half and prey on the tiny Pokemon living inside. This Pokemon does not rest when it's hungry. It will use every part of its body to hunt down its prey. It will tap the exterior of trees, caves, and even the ground to echolocate its food. It can extend the rock on its limbs and prehensile tail, allowing it to reach into small holes and solidly grab onto anything with its tail. Its head is covered in compact rock, granting it the ability to headbutt boulders and even cave walls. There is no place to hide from Die-Eye. It can see even the smallest details at night. One can only escape this Pokemon during the day, as sunlight stiffens its rocky exterior. During the day, they curl up into a rock-like ball and sleep. They're extremely solitary and do not trust in the help of others, since they don't want any loud associates prematurely scaring away their prey. It has the abilities Rock Head and Tough Claws, with the hidden ability Pickpocket. Its shiny isn't that different than its normal color scheme, just like some real shinies, but I like this subtle difference. After all, its colors are already ideal for hunting. This is honestly not the direction I would have originally taken an II Pokemon, but it ended up working amazingly. It makes total sense as a concept, and it's rather menacing. This wasn't a waste of a Mon. Let's generate another animal. An Echidna? This could be a good opportunity to make an Echidna Pokemon. Who doesn't want to make an Echidna Pokemon? So now what type will Knuckles have? Okay, we can't do Bug. Bug is the thing, we only reserve Bug for bugs. We just did a dragon. I'm not just gonna make another Echidna, I'm not gonna make an Echidna dragon. Just give me the bugs, stop giving me the bugs. Ground Steel, that's perfect. Ground Steel, we'll do Ground Steel. Okay, but wait, that's just another porcupine that's steel. We just made a steel porcupine. I mean, they're not porcupines, but you know what I mean. Never mind, we can't do ground steel. It's basically, it's gonna be too similar to my steel porcupine Pokemon from Mustain. Stop, don't give me steel, please. That's even worse. That's kind of even worse. Ice Echidna. We can easily do that. It'll have icicles, but like, that's very cliche. But we're gonna do that. That's kind of the most intuitive thing here. Other than the steel ground one, that made a lot of sense. But like, I already made a spiky steeled mammal. And instead of laying eggs, it lays snowballs. That's just me spitballing here, or snowballing here. But you get it. I'm starting out by giving him a long face with sneaky eyes and a wide body. This Pokemon's built like a couch. Obligatory spice made of ice and a slightly bulbous nose. I gave it frozen mucus, but abandoned that in favor of a full-on icicles on the bottom to make it more unique. It'll have muscular legs, but at the moment it doesn't really look like a mammal, so I made its eyes a bit rounder. Problem is, it looks like a crawling Alolan Sandslash. There pretty much isn't anything I can do to avoid this, since the concept is similar in the first place and calls for this exact design. So I'll explain it biologically, I guess. It's convergent evolution. Two unrelated species that ended up evolving to look similar, like porcupines and echidnas. Just finishing up the details before adding color. Of course, we're embracing the Sandslash color scheme, but again, what else is it gonna look like? It's not gonna be green or black. Check out Frigidna, the Ice Spike Pokemon from Frigid and Echidna. This Pokemon can survive in the coldest environments that exist. It can control the length and density of the icicles on its back. To fend off from danger, it simply crouches and extends its spikes. Its nose can sense the temperature of its surroundings. It uses this sense to search for prey by looking for warm heat signatures. It instantly freezes anything smaller than itself. While they hunt alone, during the spring they come together to compete in who can produce the largest icicles. They're an excellent example of convergent evolution in Pokemon. Sandslash and Frigidna, two different species of Pokemon, evolved to look quite similar under extremely cold environments. It has the hidden ability Snow Cloak and Slush Rush with the hidden ability Ice Body. Its shiny is clearly a reference to shiny Alolan Sandslash. It was tough making a spiky ice type that did not look like Alolan Sandslash, so I just went with it and made it intentionally look like a quadrupedal Sandslash. You know me, I like when Pokemon are clearly related to others, just like in the real world. Let us please generate an ice animal. A Banded Palm Civet? I don't know what that is. What is a civet? Is a small, lean, mostly nocturnal mammal native to tropical Asia and Africa, especially in the tropical forest. You can't even get a nice, sharp image of it. What's a civet? What is it related to? It's a feline, and it does look cooler. It's a not bad looking animal. What's unique about them though? Let's generate a type and see what this thing does. Bug, we can't do a bug civet. Flying! Oh my god. Why does this video exist? I can't do a flying normal type Civet. I am sorry. Stop giving me the flying types! What is this? This is not scripted, guys. This is just happening. Grass ground. That kind of makes sense. But it's not, it's pretty like standard for just a mammal. Not that interesting. Could have gotten fire. Grass ground. I mean, it's on the ground and it's probably hides in grass. What does a civet do? It has musk. What does a civet do? Coffee? Kopi Luwak is coffee that is prepared using coffee cherries that have been eaten and partially digested by an Asian palm civet. Are we making a coffee Pokemon? And grass ground makes sense for a coffee Pokemon. Then harvested from its fecal matter, so they take the poop of this Pokemon and turn it into coffee. But I mean, that's not going to be what we're just going to make that this Pokemon can produce coffee for some reason. Or it just takes berries, and is able to ferment them. Wait a minute! The SARS outbreak of the early 2000s was caused by palm civets? Civets are crazy. This will be tough since it's hard to give a Pokemon a long snout while also giving it an anthropomorphized expression, so like Zangoose, Weavile, and many other Pokemon based on small mammals, I'm going to shorten the snout. Right now it's generic looking, but we'll fix that later. I wanted this Pokemon to be a farmer and therefore have some kind of farmer clothes motif, but it always looks awkward when I give it a front pocket design. I made it more serious so it has some sort of set disposition. For now, I'm trying my best to find the correct snout. It took some time, but I found the most balanced snout here. Now, civets have crazy face patterns, so I added that to differentiate it from all the other standing mammal Pokemon. That's when I had the idea to let the pattern flow into its body as well. I made it look like it has a grass collar, but bypassed the whole uncanniness of a Pokemon wearing clothes by making the cloth pattern connect with its facial pattern, and then making it look like it's wearing pants by adding the mud pattern. This Pokemon is hard at work in the field. The other earth patterns make it look like it's wearing gloves and boots, but in reality it's just dirt. I gave it a 3-pronged tail to look like a trident, but then I remembered that farmers use pitchforks and not tridents. Regardless, I retconned this entire concept later. I tried my best to add the front pocket pattern so it looks like it's wearing overalls, but it made its body too busy. I started coloring it in with particular shades of brown and greens that we don't usually see in Pokemon, earthy tones. Then, off-screen, I turned its tail into a coffee bean bush, so it can be more humanely harvested for its fermented coffee beans. Here is Civetil, the agriculture Pokemon, from civet and till, as in preparing land for crops. This Pokemon takes farming very seriously. It recycles old berries for composting and uses its tail to loosen the soil. The berries that grow on its tail are incredibly nutritious and can instantly invigorate those who eat them. Civetil, however, will only share its berries with a true connoisseur. It is a Pokemon that values appreciation and respect. It releases a musk that smells both bitter and sweet. This smell can immediately wake up the deepest sleepers. Farmers will have Civetil enter their room early in the morning to begin the workday. It has the abilities Chlorophyll, Ripen, and Harvest. Its shiny is a bit cooler. At first I was worried that I would make an uninteresting Pokemon, but its personality ended up being pretty likable. Definitely the type of Pokemon I like. I love its color scheme and how seamless its clothing-inspired design looks. I'm personally a fan of the way I took Civet's musk and unethical coffee association and turned it into a rather wholesome Pokemon. And I'm very satisfied with today's outcome. If you enjoyed the outcome as well, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to check out the previous art videos and randomly generated Pokemon. Considering becoming a patron or clicking the join button to get cool rewards like seeing videos days early and a huge discount on the t-shirts I made for you guys. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram where I will post the full art of these Pokemon, and bye!